Thanks for listening to Live Forever Young Radio. Massage therapy dates as far back as 5,000 years to the ancient Egyptians and Asian cultures. In episode 1 of our series on manual therapies for healing, we discuss the benefits of massage therapy. We talk about the history of massage and identify several different types of massages and what benefits they have for your health. So sit back, relax, and get ready to live forever young.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Live Forever Young Radio. I am here with Raleigh Culp. My name's Bob Gilpatrick. And Raleigh, how are you doing today? So you got your Lightning gear on. How are the Lightning doing this year?
We're doing good, man. The Lightning are doing really well. But more importantly, we're in a whole new outfit. Check it out, man. Not only is my shirt awesome, but we just put this whole new studio together. So I hope everybody's liking it. We got the sign up. I got my live family over here on TikTok. So if you guys see me on the podcast, if you guys see me looking over here, it's because I'm interacting with people on live here. So if you want to be part of the show, you can actually follow Bob, right? Follow Bob on TikTok, and you can actually come and join in while we're recording. And if you have something you want to share, if you have a question, if you have something that relates to what our topic is, you could share in. So definitely go check it out. It's Robert Gilpatrick on TikTok. And we'll also be sending this out, maybe doing some Facebook Lives, but we're starting with TikTok. So check it out. If you don't have a TikTok, go check it out.
Cool. So Raleigh, today's topic is massage therapy.
Yes.
Now, most people have either had a massage or they know what it is. They know people that have gone. You don't have to drive very far in any town or city to see a sign that says massage.
Exactly.
Right. And now it's become big business. You have companies that have branches all over the country and around the world, and it's become very popular, common, and it's been extremely helpful to people in general to have access to this. Whereas, going back 100 years ago, you might get a shoulder rub from someone in your family, but there was no massage therapist to go to.
Right. Somebody who is
in the strip mall, right?
Somebody who's specifically trained to do this,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
No, it's just some guy with some hot rocks from the spring,
Right.
and he's trying to rub them on your back or something.
Well, nowadays, though, people have to become licensed in massage therapy.
Right.
And it's a state-by-state thing, and they get their license by going to school, going through training, taking tests, studying the different aspects of the type of massage they're getting licensed in.
Right.
And then they begin practicing. They begin developing a clientele either through a corporate massage center, or a lot of people start their own massage centers. And so this is where it's come from in the last 100 years. And so we want to start talking about, why would somebody want to go and get a massage?
Oh, man,
what's the reason?
There's lots of reasons. I know there's some guys who say, I'm not going to go get a massage. But, man, I'll tell you, going to get a massage is probably one of the nicest things you could get done for your muscles, dude. I mean, like, especially if you get injured. The one thing I can think of that massage really helps me back, like, is if my back is hurting, like, specifically, I have a little thing with my L4 and 5. I actually, when I went into the hospital for something else, they took a CT, and my doctor told me I had a little L5 issue here, L4, L5. And so sometimes that starts acting up, and if I get a massage, it really helps it, for sure.
Yeah, and also if people have chronic poor posture, they're sitting too much. You also have athletes that are not necessarily getting injured, but there's a whole aspect of massage for athletes called sports massage.
Yeah, well, you got to keep the muscles. You got to keep the muscles long, is what they say, long and
not contracted or bunched up. And so that's one of the other reasons is people can have emotional issues, fear and anxiety, and that alone can create contraction.
Right.
If you're feeling fear or anxious, your muscles are going to be
naturally
tense
up, yeah.
Right. And so the whole idea of massage is if your muscles are getting contracted and they're not releasing, now your muscles are causing a lot of problems, and it impedes your blood flow, it impedes your lymph flow, and so you're going to have less oxygenation to your brain, to your periphery, and it's going to hurt your immune system and all like that.
Just backing up for a second, that lymph flow is something that people don't really realize a lot. Lymph is really important. I think there's almost as much lymph in your body as there is blood.
There is, and there's special type of massage for lymph, which we'll do a whole show on later. That one kind of deserves its whole separate podcast.
Absolutely. And, when you talk about lowering oxygen levels, that's simply because you're not getting as good of blood flow, right?
Yeah, and you also end up when you get constrictions in your vessels, it can restrict innervation to different parts of your body too. And so then your nervous system becomes a little hyper, and it starts to, fire a little bit too much. And now this is going to cause tension as well.
Okay, so
these are the reasons why people need to think about getting massages.
So basically you're saying anything that is going to tighten the muscles can also impede the blood flow, and we are also talking about nutrient levels. If you don't get nutrients through the blood as well, you're going to have issues as well.
Yeah.
Like nerves, or a lot of people who have diabetes who have bad blood flow, it causes nerve issues.
Yeah, and so if you have problems with your circulation, your nerves actually need to have nutrients come from the blood to the nerve to support it and make it healthy.
Yeah.
And at the same time, the nerves firing helps to stimulate blood flow.
Gotcha.
So if one or the other is off, both are going to be off.
Got you. Okay,
So-
we had K Ventix say, "Hey to you. Hey, how's it going, K Ventix? We are actually recording a podcast that we're going to be releasing, but we're doing a live, so we could show you guys how to record a podcast. The name is Live Forever Young Radio. This is Bob over here. My name's Raleigh, and we're actually in the middle of taping it. So we're actually going to invite people, once people get wind of this, to come on and join us during the recording. So thanks for being here. We are doing well. We are going to go ahead and continue. Right now we're talking about the benefits of massage therapy. He owns a company called Boomer Products. I work for Boomer Products. And we are not just talking about products, but we're talking about other ways to stay healthy, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So enjoy it. Nice to meet you too. Thank you for hanging out with us. And we'll be doing more of this. So this is the number one. K Ventix, you're the first one. So thank you.
Awesome. So, Raleigh, there's a lot of different types of massage therapy.
Yes.
You would think, be like, okay, I'm going to the massage therapist. They're going to rub my back, my shoulders, and all is good.
I actually went to Massage Envy not too long ago, and they sit you down and they say, so what parts of your body are real sore? What is the thing you want to work on today? And a lot of the times, more than often than not, I'm talking about my shoulders and my lower back.
Yeah. And that's when you go to a place like a corporate massage company like that, they quite often have therapists that are trained in different types of massage.
Right.
And they'll ask you, do you want deep tissue massage or light, more like a Swedish massage?
Right.
And the massage therapy has been around for a long time. I mean, it goes all the way back to, almost 3000 BC. They have found, drawings
Really?
in Egypt and Greece of people receiving massages. And so it's got a really, really long history. And then shiatsu massage is also an ancient type of massage, well over 1,000 years old, where in Japan they based shiatsu massage on some ancient Chinese medicine teachings regarding the meridians. And so shiatsu is paying attention to your acupuncture meridians and facilitating not just the relaxation of the muscles, but the flow of the chi, of the life force energy in your body.
So the life force of energy through shiatsu. Now, does shiatsu include acupuncture, or is that acupuncture?
No, but a lot of times you'll go to a center and there'll be people that are trained in numerous things. I remember going to an acupuncturist once about 20 years ago, and he also practiced Thai massage. Thai massage is different. Most massage therapies involve a massage table where the therapist moves around the table. Thai massage is done on a mat on the floor, and there's a lot more range of motion going on with, moving your leg up here, putting pressure here, getting flexibility going, helping with your circulation, and as well as massage. but they also will walk on your back.
Oh, that's the
their
ones
feet.
where they walk. You
That's
see it in the
massage.
movies.
Yeah.
Have you guys? And you've probably seen the movies where they're like dancing on the back
Yeah.
and the guy's screaming.
Exactly.
That's not a good. That's not a good massage
So,
therapist
well,
if you're
I
screaming,
had-
is
I
it? Or
had- you're not. Well, it depends.
it depends.
I'll talk about that in a second. But this particular person I went to, he did acupuncture for me. He had needles in my ears, my feet, and everywhere. And he was also doing. He also was like, okay, now I'm going to walk on your back. So I was up on a table when he was doing the acupuncture, and then he's like, lie down on your stomach. He had these trapezes up above the massage
Yeah.
table that he would hold on to.
Right.
And then he massaged my back with his feet.
That's
So
great.
that's Thai massage. Now, there's also medical doctors that specialize in massage.
Okay.
So there are medical degrees, MD. There's also a medical degree called DO, Doctor of Osteopathy, or an
Osteopathy.
osteopath,
That is
right?
that's a
So
mouthful. I'd probably screw that
They're
up.
called osteopaths. There's lots of them around here. Larry, the co-owner of Boomers, has his own osteopath right down the street.
Gotcha.
And he's a Greek osteopath.
Oh,
right?
so
And
so
a
it'll
lot
take you out for
a
some
lot of the
euros
techniques
afterwards.
came from ancient Greek medicine.
Okay.
But the development of it happened, back just before the 1900s began. There was a medical doctor who was working, basically practicing Civil War type medicine, which was very brutal. And he had this idea that a lot of the people that were sick because their body was out of balance. Their muscles were contracted and their bones were being pulled, their internal organs were being moved around, and there was a lot of tension and anxiety, and this was leading to other problems.
Okay.
And so he created the whole discipline of osteopathic medicine that included using herbs and medicines and traditional diagnostics from the medical field, but he said, okay, we have to add on these other techniques. And he began teaching other doctors how to do this, and that was kind of the birth of this type of medicine.
Okay.
But a lot of it involves massage, craniosacral therapy, visceral manipulation.
You said Civil War. You're talking back. Is that
This
that's
was in the late 1800s
Okay.
when he created this, and they were still doing surgery with no anesthesia.
Oh,
and
that
they were
sounds
doing bloodletting
awesome.
and all that kind of thing.
not sound awesome
Yeah. So,
That sounds horrible.
listen, I traveled to Russia in the 1990s and worked on medical projects over there, and they still had a lot of that going on in Russia back then.
Oh,
They would
Lord.
do surgery by freezing people in ice baths, and then do surgery and then slowly warm them back up again because they didn't always have access
To anesthesia.
So there's, in other countries other than ours, other than here, some third world countries, they still have medicine that's very ancient like that.
Wow.
Right? But osteopathy came about and it became very successful, and they would specialize, they would take extra training in things like visceral manipulation and also craniosacral therapy and the like, right? But the other thing is, all of these different types of massage, and they kind of go on, and then they have specialties like there's a special type of massage for women who are pregnant to help them because things change a lot in pregnancy.
Oh, yeah,
There's
your body
a lot
shifts.
of pain involved, hormonal changes, and there are therapists that are specially trained to help women who are pregnant. Therapists that are trained for helping people that have cancer. Right? And then there's more advanced forms of massage therapy, things like Rolfing, which is a form of manipulation
Sorry,
of the
I had to do
fascia.
that. That sounds funny.
Yeah.
Rolf.
Rolfing is...
Sounds like I'm getting sick.
Yeah, well, her name was Ida Rolf, who created it.
Oh, I feel bad
And
now.
it was in Colorado, in Boulder, Colorado. And her partner in this endeavor was a woman named Judith Aston, who, after Ida's death, Judith created a more gentle form of Rolfing. It's like Rolfing without the physical pain you're talking about, right? And it was more energetic, but it was also based on
That's
the
funny.
structure of your body. where are your muscles contracted, and how is it twisting you? Why is your back over this way and your shoulder
kind of like
here?
a furthering of the Civil War guys idea.
Yeah, and much farther, and it became extremely popular and extremely effective. It helped a lot with emotional release too.
Mm-hmm.
That was a kind of something that went along with the pain of rolfing, because they would really massage you hard, and
Really?
you would break out crying and have emotional releases.
Wow. So they were trying to make you cry.
They were trying to make
That
you
sounds
better.
crazy.
They were trying to make you better.
They would rub you so hard you're
And so I got to study with Judith Aston and learned Aston massage. Aston Therapeutics, they called it. And it was all technique for helping people align their bodies with specific type of massage and energy and measurement.
That's cool.
There's also another type of massage that was developed here locally in Pinellas County. They call neuromuscular therapy, and the St. John's Clark Pain Center, Paul St. John and his business associate, whose last name is Clark, along with their staff, developed this really great therapeutic technique. Paul was a man who was in extreme pain himself from a helicopter accident in Vietnam, and everything he had tried wouldn't get him out of pain. And so he started doing lots of study of all the different types of physical therapy, osteopathy, massage, and he created a unique combination at the St. John Clark Center, which people now travel from all over the world to come there when their pain won't go away in any other type of practice.
And that's neuromuscular.
Neuromuscular massage or neuromuscular therapy. Other people have developed similar techniques. Paul St. John was able to get out of pain by teaching other people how to do what he discovered, then to practice on him.
Gotcha.
And he got rid of his pain and was able to walk up straight up, and he's very healthy, today.
That's awesome.
And,
man, that's a local guy you said, so that's really
Paul's
cool.
a major influence in the world of PEMF technology as well. Very, very good person to know. Yep.
The benefits. Now we're going to talk about some of the benefits here, guys. So yeah, let's do that.
So, of course, with the main point being to try to relax, your contracted muscles. And in the case, with St. John's technique and Judith Aston's technique, is also get your body aligned properly. It's very important that the natural alignment of your body, where your knee joint is over the top of your ankle joint. If not, if something gets out of whack, it affects your entire kinetic chain. Sometimes people have a pain in their shoulder, and it's actually caused by their left foot.
Yeah, it's funny you said that. I was listening to, I forget, it's the foot people or the foot joy, I don't remember. But they were talking about insoles, and one of the ladies goes, I was talking to this guy, and he didn't know that it could be his foot that's causing his back pain. And then he gets on and he gives this testimony. He's like, I swear, I couldn't believe it, but it was my foot. As soon as I did this, it was 1,000,000 times better.
Yeah, I had that myself, Raleigh, 20 years ago. Started getting severe pain in my right hip, and I had my anterior cruciate ligament removed when I was 17 in an accident. And I had a friend that said, hey man, that right hip thing is probably from your feet. And he looked at my feet and he was like, yeah, your feet got really flat, which I'm not surprised. I played basketball barefoot for about 10 years on concrete and hardwood floors. And my feet were flat. He said, that's affecting your knee, which is affecting your hip. He gave me these special symmetry orthotics. And I put them in. I have them in today now too. And they reshape your feet to the shape they were in before.
Those are the ones you got my dad.
Yeah, and so that worked for me. Actually, the next day, the pain in my hip went away.
Yeah, I believe that. But you can't go out. You told me, though, because your foot's so not used to it, you actually have to use them a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
And then stop and take them out. And then the next day do a little more.
Exactly.
And then the next day do a little more, because if not, it causes too much of a correction too quickly, which can happen with massage, too. You can massage too quickly, and you can release something too quickly. So that's the same type of thing with these different types of, like you were talking about. And so some of the benefits from these different types of massage we were talking about was increased flexibility and range of motion, right? And so you were talking about it earlier, but when I went for my massage, one of the things they did was really stretch out my hips.
Yeah.
Because I told you my lower back was real tight, so she could feel that. So she took my hip and like pulled my leg backwards and bent it to the left, like a figure 4 leg lock, but in reverse. I felt like Ric Flair was got. It felt like Ric Flair had me.
Yeah. Yeah, and so, you know, it also helps with backaches, but also headaches, you know, impinged shoulders. A lot of people these days are working hunched over with their arms out and their neck bent over.
Just like this.
And
you don't realize, like, literally through, actually, I shouldn't have done that. That actually really hurt. I shouldn't have done that.
And so you end up with your head is forward like this. And what happens is the muscles that are underneath your trachea get contracted. Right? And so quite often an effective massage for the back of your neck or your shoulders is the therapist, like at St. John's Center, will actually move your trachea aside by pushing on it. And then they'll massage those muscles that are underneath. They'll move it from side to side. It's a little disconcerting, but very effective. And as soon as they do that for you, you can tell
That's how you know it's a
the
real
release
massage.
happens in your back.
That's how you know that's a real massage. While you're broken, just let me move this, just to be on the safe side.
Yep. Okay. So another big thing, really, is sleep. People tend to sleep better when they get good massages.
Absolutely.
And
actually, that night I got it, then the day I got it, I have to admit, I had some really, some intense REM dreams.
Yeah.
I definitely did.
Yeah. And that, of course, we know from the sleep podcast that we've done and all the benefits of good sleep, what that means for a person. So if that was the only thing it did, but of course it helps enhance your immune system because your lymph is going to be moving better, helps with your elimination,
right?
It helps with your circulation.
Actually, I was talking to the person at the massage place about that because I found sometimes if I'm having a hard time going to the bathroom, I rub this place right on my back and it just releases almost everything in my body. I'm like, I can go to the bathroom now. And she said, no, that's real. She said there's a spot right on there. It's like a trigger point.
Elimination is a combination of involuntary and voluntary muscles.
Right.
And if you need to stimulate an involuntary muscle can get impinged, or it can have too much or too little nerve supply.
Right.
Right. And so just the touch in the right place can reestablish, by
that
releasing a little bit of tension.
Yeah, we're talking about pooping, people. Yeah, we're talking about pooping.
It's
okay. Everybody poops. It was my favorite book as a kid. My daughter, I read it to her every night. Everybody poops. Anyway, sorry.
And sometimes massage helps you do it better. So here's the other thing, Raleigh, is that now, in this day and age, you can go into any type of big box retail store or certain stores at the mall, and you can buy massage therapy technology.
Love it, man. I got one of these guns. Man, that's
Those
great.
work really, really well. You also can get a special, massage thing that you can wrap around your neck.
Chrissy got an electric stim one. It stimulates from here. It's got these 2 little gold pads. It looks like I thought it was a headset when it came. Put it on my head and turned it on. It zapped my head. I was like, what the heck is that? And it's supposed to go right here, and it releases all the tension in the muscles. Right. Really cool.
To get ones that go around your back with a belt, you can buy a whole chair to lie in and get a massage.
My Aunt Jean, who actually just, God bless her, she just survived throat cancer. One of the things they told her to help with her circulation was to get like a massage chair, and Aunt Jean's got a little bit of money, so I went there, and in the corner of her house, it looked like she had one of those chairs you see in the mall. Those big black chairs with, dude, sitting in her house. She was like, "Go ahead and check it out." I was like, yes, please." Or the one you go when you get your nails done, or you get a manicure or pedicure or whatever.
Massaging your legs
there was no
stuff.
Hot tub at the bottom, but everything else was there, man.
Yep. And so this is now a part of our culture, massage therapy, and the like. And if people need assistance with figuring out where to go to get a massage therapist, if you give us a call at Boomers Forever Young, we can say, okay, if you're just going to go for a regular massage, great, but what's going on with you? And is this really the kind of thing where you might need a special massage center like the Upledger Institute,
right,
the St. John Center? And then we can say, well, what have you tried so far? did you know you could go online and search by your zip code for this
Right.
and that? And we'll be happy to guide you along. We're connected in with some of the best, types of massage therapy that you can go for, including
Well, Paul St. John, you said we know Paul.
Yeah,
so.
we can do that. And the Up Ledger Center, we know the people there. And there's even one other thing, Raleigh, we missed talking about was reflexology.
Oh, yes. No, I'm glad. Hey, back it up. We can talk about it for a second.
Reflexology is basically a therapist that's trained to massage certain parts of your hands and your feet.
Mm-hmm.
And they say that if you're lying on your back and your feet are pointed up, the sole of your foot mirrors the parts of your body.
Mm-hmm.
And so the top part is your top part of your toes. It relates to your sinuses, to your brain, etc., your eyes.
Gotcha.
And then as you come down, it's your throat, your heart, and all the way down to the bottom. There are parts that you can massage that will have a benefit on the corresponding part of your body.
Interesting.
And so you don't have to, if you're going to try to work on your heart, it's hard to massage your heart because it's inside your chest, but the heart center that's on the sole of your foot can actually benefit your heart.
I've heard about that.
When you massage. So
I've heard
that's
about
a whole
that.
field, another whole field of massage.
So reflexology. There's other stuff we're going to go over because we're going to make this a series. If you guys are listening and if you're on live, we're going to make this a series. We're doing one on basically manual therapies. And the first one we're doing is benefits of massage therapy. So definitely check out more. If you guys on the podcast have been looking at me and saying, why does he keep looking over into the corner and waving? I have not lost my mind. I am actually live on TikTok while we're recording this. So I wanted to tell anybody who's listening to the recording of this podcast, if you want to take part in any of these conversations, you can actually join and follow Bob at Robert Gilpatrick on TikTok. And then we're going to be doing, anytime we do a recording, we're going to be doing a simultaneous live. So that way if somebody has some questions or anything, you can actually go ahead and give us a shout through TikTok, and we'll use, if it's something that was relevant, we'll use it on our next show. So
Absolutely.
I just wanted to welcome you all to do that. And any of this information and any of the podcasts for people on TikTok, if you guys want to hear more of our podcast, go to Boomer Boost. Go to boomerboost.com and look for the Live Forever Young Radio or LFYR podcast section. And we have over 70 shows now.
Yep.
So
And a lot of other videos and blog posts in
self-care,
addition to this podcast.
Yep, self-care podcasts, blogs, recipes. Yeah, actually recipes that use some of our products. Actually, yeah, here's some of our products right here. Heirloom barley. You guys too out there, if you haven't used this one, it's very similar to Gladiator, a little less protein, so it's good. It's good to mix with high protein things. Like take this with collagen so you don't get too much. But anyway, I'm rambling. This was a good show. I hope everybody likes the new studio too. If you guys are here and this is all new, definitely.
And for people watching the podcast, we want to just say thank you for watching Live Forever Young Radio. Thank you for listening to the podcast, and we'll see you on the next podcast.
Thanks for listening to Live Forever Young Radio. Check us out at liveforeveryoungradio.com.